Two new shows coming this fall here at Wize Sports Bettin. All right, here we go. Battling some technical difficulty this morning, but here I am. Salute to my paint posse. Happy Sunday. Peace and blessings to you. Today is game 2 of the WNBA Finals, Aces versus Mercury, and we're learning how to read a playoff line by peeping the changes. Game time is 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, so let's go, eyes sharp. The Aces are favored at minus 148, Mercury plus 124. The total is 164.5. Over 164.5 is at minus 115, under at minus 105. Aces are favored at minus 2.5, Mercury plus 2.5, and both are at minus 110. First off, look. The game total was 159.5 for game 1, and they blew past it, hitting 175. We predicted the over. Now that 159.5 sits at 164.5. The spread was Mercury plus 3, and we chose that, and it pushed. They lost by 3. Now it's Mercury plus 2.5, Aces minus 2.5, and both sides are sitting at minus 110. So what's the line really saying? Let's decide it. Let's decode it. Decide it and decode it, all right? When the total jumps like that, minus 159.5 to 164.5, that's really loud. It means they expect more buckets, faster pace, and hotter shooting. Game 1 proved both teams can score even in pressure moments. That line climb says offense showed up. Defense didn't adjust fast enough, and the tempo might keep cooking. The deep readers, and basically the sharps, know that in the season the games trended under. That's why we faded the under last game. We saw the sharp money was there and that the playoffs are trending higher than the season. Sometimes that bigger number is a test. They know folks will chase another over after seeing 175. But just so you know, both teams could very likely adjust their game and the defense could tighten up and the game could go under. So then the question for me really becomes, can they really keep that rhythm, or was that just a heat check night? Okay? For me, the answer lies in the under. It comes down to reading the line. The under's at minus 105, over minus 115. Now that looks like a discount to take the under, right? But that's the bait. It's a classic trap line for the sharps, just like the last game. We see that playoff games have been trending over. Role players are stepping up, hitting shots, okay? And they're hitting way above their averages. They're consistently going above their averages. The market knows people will think the cheaper side is the smart side, but nah, y'all, that's the setup. They hang that sweet price on the under, hoping that you fade the trend, while the real flow still favors offense. They want disciplined eyes to take the discount while the points keep pouring in. So I'm definitely on the over. Now let's peep the spread. Merc plus 3 down to plus 2.5. And you notice that hook, okay? That half point doesn't sound big, but it's respect. Mercury battled, so the number makers cooled off on the Aces just a little bit. The matchup looks tighter to them now, but notice both sides sit at minus 110, so there's no wild tilt, just a little more love for Phoenix. And just in case you didn't know, they put that 0.5 there, so there is no option to push this time. Last game, I told you that Mercury statistically covers more, so I'm sticking with the stats on that. I'm going with the Mercury to cover. And there's one more thing I want to point out, and then I'm going to let you go. Last game, Aces were minus 155. Now they at minus 148. Still favored, but with less juice. Mercury was plus 130. Now they are at plus 124. So it's got a little less value. The books tightened their belt because game 1 was so tight. It was very close. So they saying, we ain't giving nobody a free edge this time. Okay, ain't no free edges this time. Aces are still stat best, and they won game 1. So I favor the Aces for the win. All right? Aces for the win. total over 164.5, and Mercury to cover. I want y'all to get down in the comments on this one and tell me, do you think the under is the sharper read because the teams are going to adjust their defense, or do you think they're going to continue to have role players with a hot hand and score above their averages and score more points in the playoffs than they do in the season? And also note, I will put my player stat targets up next in the community post. I'll be focused on 10 players: Wilson, Sabali, who I call Sabali, Copper, Young, Thomas, Gray, Lloyd, Bonner, Evans, and Smith. I'm going to be looking at their above average numbers, looking at their averages, and looking at what the above their averages is specifically. All right, I want y'all to get down in the comments and tell me if you think those target stats are probable. I'm going to put them in the community post. The time is 6 o'clock, 6:01 a.m. now. And by hook or crook, I will have that up for you no later than an hour. Check, I'm old. I said by hook or crook, I'm going to have it. All right, by hook or crook, I will have those up within no more than an hour tops. And keep checking because I might keep adding to it, okay? So thanks for watching Wize Plays, WNBA. Never risk more than you can afford to lose, all right? And I will see you in the comments, family. All right.